Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show this Wednesday, the 15th of September, 2021. Thank you for tuning in. Glad to have you guys here. Now, here's what I want to say. Well, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look. I wanted to show you guys this. There's a volcano in the Canary Islands. It's called the Cumbre Vieja volcano. And it's shaking right now. And here's the shaking. We got all these swarms of earthquakes occurring in the volcano, in around the region of the volcano. Now, why this volcano special is, I'll show you why. It has this big mountain of earth that's suspended up over the ocean on the side of the volcano. And the ocean's very deep right next to that earth, you know. Earth is really high up in the air, thousands of feet. And the ocean right there is thousands of feet deep, right next to it. And there's cracks like fissures in the earth where it could slide into the ocean, right? The scientists have noted that. And if it does slide into the ocean, if the volcano blows up, if a thing slides into the ocean, it would release a tremendous amount of energy and create a tsunami tidal wave. This wave would be some 130 to 160 feet high as it approaches the east coast of the United States. It would take 8 hours to get from the volcano over to the east coast of the United States, but the wave would be traveling at 650 miles an hour, and it could push as much as 12.5 miles inland on certain areas, like maybe areas where it's kind of flat, like, Florida or whatever, different areas. But be the whole east coast all the way from Maine all the way down to Florida. And it would also hit Brazil and Venezuela and the whole top end of South America too. And it would also hit the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and Cuba. Everybody would get hit with this thing if it happened, right? It's a very slim chance of it happening in a worst case scenario. But why we have to watch it right now, I mean very slim, guys. It's very slim chance of it happening. But it does have the potential to happen. It could, it is a possibility, in the realm of possibilities it could happen. And why we have to watch this right now is because there's a lot of activity in this volcano right now, and it's moved into a yellow alert for this volcano because of all this activity right now, and they're expecting it could have some sort of an eruption, I suppose. Let me see. It says 700 earthquakes rattle this island where the volcano is. Massive earthquake swarm has been reported around the volcanic island of La Palma in the Canary Islands of Spain. Volcanic Institute of the Canary Islands said there is reason to believe the seismic swarm is due to magma slowly rising. So there's what we have happening with that. And why I'm keeping my eye on it is the potential of an enormous tidal wave, or what they call a tsunami. It could hit the east coast of the United States, and this is in the realm of, I don't want to alarm you guys. That's what I'm trying to say, is the likelihood of this actually happening is very small. Okay, so I don't want to alarm you guys. But it does have this potential. I'm not going to deny it either and say it can't happen. It does have the potential to do this, So we're keeping our eye on that. Let's take a look now at what's going on in China. China's hit their Lehman moment, looks like maybe, and it looks like this company Evergrande is possibly going to go bankrupt because they're not paying. They're not going to pay their interest right now on outstanding loans and stuff. It says, according to Bloomberg, Chinese authorities told major lenders to China's Evergrande Group is not expected to pay interest payments due next week on bank loans. It's a $300 billion corporation in China. It's some sort of real estate developer or developer. I guess they build houses. Looks like they could be getting ready to go into default. You get a $300 billion problem. It doesn't go away easy, because what it does is it starts to affect other people that might be connected to that company. It can grow within the financial system. We found that out with Lehman and what happened to the United States back in 2008. So we're having to keep our eye on this. This could create potential tidal wave of problems within the financial system. But Wall Street is blissfully unaware of everything, right now. They're just into this thing where the market's going to go up forever, But I've told you guys that between now and March, which isn't long actually, because we're almost to the end of the year, we have the potential of having a deflationary event that would have considerable magnitude within the financial system. There's a potential there. If we go past next March and it doesn't happen, then we're going to be moving right toward the hyperinflation. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Gold and silver prices today, $17.96 for gold. It's down $8.50. The only thing that's hard money that's pinning the whole world's financial system is silver, gold, and cryptos, and all the rest is fugazi. And yet they're dropping the price on it for you guys, even still, keeping it below $1,800, which is absolutely amazing considering what a shaky financial system we have right now. If we get a crisis, we get a deflationary event, and we might actually be entering into it now, you're going to see the price of gold and silver drop along with everything else. Oil price, everything will drop. The price of everything, commodities, equities, everything. But what'll happen is at a certain point when they really get frightened, I mean really scared, they start to get scared, they'll run into gold and silver. And they could just clean it, really. And this whole thing could shift back and forth so quick. If the Fed gets scared too, and then they start to print massive amounts of money, this whole thing could shift out of deflation again, back into inflation again so quick. That's the thing is, right now it's like there's two big evil monsters, and they're in big cages. The Fed's standing in the middle. Okay, picture this in your mind. One monster has got a big sign on top of the cage that says deflation. The other monster, big sign on the top of his cage that says inflation. So you got inflation and deflation monsters. The problem is for the Fed is when they shut one door to one cage to keep that monster inside, they look over behind their back and the door's opening on the other cage. So then they run over and try to shut that, and when they run over to try to shut that, the door opens on the opposite cage. And they're in a tizzy right now. They don't know which one they can stop. And they can't stop either. These monsters are slowly getting out of their cages. And it's like back and forth between inflation and deflation. They start printing, the inflation monster wins. They stop printing, the deflation monster wins. Okay, let's move on. Let's take a look now at the silver price. What's up with this? It's off the side. I can't even see where it is. Gold price. We want silver. Silver, here it is. We want 23.83 for silver. It's down a penny. Silver's not doing that great either. Let's take a look at cryptos today. We're going to have to refresh the page. 21.48. No, 21.57. It's going up. Crypto's going up. It's at 21.57. It's going up quite nicely. Bitcoin at 47,812. Quite notably, I've been talking for the last few months about Hedera Hashgraph, a coin called Hedera Hashgraph. And it's been moving up on the list really good, right now it's at 33. And it was when I started talking about it, it was like 52, 53, 55, number 55. Now it's at 33. It's moved up a long way. In the last little bit, it's over 50 cents now. I started talking about this coin, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. It was as low as 17 cents. Now it's at 52.8. So it's seen quite a little rise in price. You can go back and check my shows out to find out what I was talking about that coin, but I wasn't talking about it negatively. I was talking about it positively. Well, it's a mover. Let's take a look now at Dow Jones Industrial Average. 34,662. It's up 85 points on the day. This market is running on vapors, I'll tell you that. I would not. I wouldn't touch equities right now with a 10-foot pole. And to invest any money in any equities right now, if it was me, that's just me. I wouldn't. What I would do, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole right now. There is a time to buy equities, in my mind. And it's going to be just at the point, if we have a deflationary event, just at the point at the tail end of the deflationary event, when the Fed comes out and makes their big announcement that we're going to print massive amounts and we're going to stabilize markets, that's when to buy equities, because it would be at its lowest. Like, say the Dow Jones went down 5,000 points and the Fed come out and made a big announcement, we're going to fix this. That's the point to buy, right there at that point, because the market will jump 500 points in the first day. And it'll be off to the races again. But right now, before this deflationary event hits, is not the time to touch equities. So it's 34,636. We're going to take a look at crude oil. Crude oil is at $72.65. It's up $2, which is a lot. Over 3% up. $72.65 for crude oil today. Take a look at the MOVE index. It's 51.73. It's descending. Bonds and rates today. We're looking at kind of a mixed bag today. They're not really going much of anywhere. We got a little bit of movement in the 10-year. It's up 1.5 basis points at 1.29. And a little bit of movement downwards in the 30-year. It's down just a slight tad at 1.84. Now let's take a look at the US dollar index. 92.44 and dropping today. That should be bullish for silver. Silver's not going anywhere right now. Okay, guys, listen. Don't worry too much about that volcano over there. I really don't think anything's going to happen with that. Let's at least hope not. But that is a huge threat. All that earth hanging up over the ocean there, and it's something that a lot many people know about. But the chance of it actually happening, I think, is pretty darn remote. Let's hope it never does happen. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the very next show. Bye-bye.